making it happen. A couple things we gotta pop in here. All right. Okay. So. Oh, there we go. All right. Everybody hang out just a minute. We'll be right back. Okay. We had to try to, there was a storm a few days ago that knocked down some massive trees. And we had people grinding stumps and making all sorts of noise. So I wanted to try to minimize that as much as possible by, closing things up. So, anyway, so here we are, Wednesday, another day, a day for celebration because we are so far, as of today, as of close yesterday, we're 45 and 4, 45 green and 4 red trades since we started on the air. And we are, yeah, that's probably better. Anyway, and we are 19 straight green days. So 45 and 4, 19 straight green days. Now, everybody bear in mind that the SPY has made a little bit of a move back up. Let's see. Kind of turn things around a little bit, trying to get back to where it was. It's moving. It's getting there. We have a resistance area for the SPY up around 322. It's at 321 now, 322 and change, but it's up there now. If it breaks like 322.50, that should help. That should be a good thing. Let's see here. Interesting. Oh, okay. I see. All right. Anyway, so that is that on the SPY. So we'll keep an eye on that because, as they say, rising tides lift all boats. I love that phrase. I know it's been used a lot, but I don't care. I've been using it forever, and I will continue to use it. So we've got some stocks to look at this morning. There's last couple of days there hasn't been that many opportunities on the scanner, but today we seem to be having a few more opportunities than usual. So I'm going to get into these guys, and I'm going to let you know what we see here. Let me just check something here. ABC, okay. Okay, so we're going to start with DPW. All right. DPW. Now, I understand a lot of people are going to look at this and go, why would you have this to trigger here at $2.91? Well, the reason for that is when we do our analysis on it, this shows us the point where technical analysis only shows us the point where the stock should be able to get you the best value for your money. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. Like, for instance, this stock may just roll right up without us, but that's okay, because the ones that we hook onto generally make a lot of money. Like yesterday, we had DGLY to go out at 450. That thing was trading way up there, was way up there, and it crushed on a circuit breaker down to 450 when the market opened. Literally, a big giant red candle to 450, opened at 450, and then shot all the way up to 710. All right, so if you were smart enough yesterday to have gotten into that one with us on our recommendation of 450, that's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice setup. That's $2.60 move on the stock. So, sometimes these will run without us, and that's okay. You have to get past the FOMO. Takes a while. But we have a trigger point of 291. Now, you could, let's just change the color of that. 1, 2. That's caution. All right. You could potentially, if you want to risk a little more, go for a trigger point of 340. And this was the resistance point as of the time that this chart was made, which was about a half an hour ago. So, we have to wait for this to come back and settle to either whatever floats your boat. If you want to gamble a little bit, you go for the 340. If you want to get something that's fairly solid, I'd say wait for the 291. And if it rolls without us, it rolls without us. It's not that big of a deal. There's always plenty to look at. Okay, next one, CRIS. CRIS has some news. It's not like, holy cow news. Nothing has really crazy news. But anyway, on this one, the buy trigger is around in the area of $1.90. And it has a resistance area that you'd want to watch out for at about 248. All right, so this is another one. We're going to wait for it to come back to that $1.90 range, which it's not that far off, quite honestly. I think I'm trading that now. We are trading at 212 at the moment. So, it's not that far. Matter of fact, I'm going to put my buy order in just a minute or two for this at $1.90. But that is trigger point right there. And now, let's see, the next one we got, what did we do? We did DPW, CRIS, we'll do AVCT. Now, AVCT has no news whatsoever. It has a very whippy chart. Here, I will make that larger for you to see. Very whippy chart. But this one is close. This one is close to the trigger point, which is 268 area, okay? Area, or 269, rather, I'm sorry. 269 area. Right? You can go 273, 274, 265, you know, but that's the area where the trigger point is. All right. So this trigger point might turn out to be a hair higher, maybe, but you know. But then you have your resistance point, your major resistance point of 401. Like that, when I put these resistance points in, that's generally what I put in as, that's the most, pretty much the most I could hope to get from the stock. You know, like this could have a resistance point here around 345, 350, and another one around 305. So, you know, I mean, these are smaller steps along the way, but I think the max you'd probably get out of this today is $4. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Anyway, and so that's AVCT. And last but not least, PSTV needs volume. Definitely needs volume. Let's open this up a little bit. As you see, it hit our trigger area once in the pre-market. We made this chart, you know, and here it is. Trigger point 268, and ran all the way up to our resistance point at 373. Would have been nice to get in there at 7 o'clock this morning, right? But hey, listen, that's just the way it is. So if it hit it once, it's probably going to hit it again, and then in that area, and then like I say, you know, you have your different points. You know, you got 315, you got around 336, and what I'm thinking possibly the most you can get out of this one today is like 373-ish, maybe 375. In that area. I keep saying the word area. Don't, you know, go everything to the penny, because if you do, if you trade like that, you'll be broke. You will be broke. I can promise you that. You will have nothing left in your account after a while. Depends how much you trade. But if you're an aggressive size trader, you'll go broke trying to trade to the penny. It just doesn't work. I mean, we call a bunch of them to the penny, but a bunch out of, say, like I don't know, what did I say we are, 45 and 4? Okay, so yeah, so out of 49 trades, we've probably called about 7 or 8 of them to the penny. But that means 30 some odd trades we did not. And if we waited for those pennies, we would have lost a lot of money. So don't get all hung up on that. All right. So, but that's kind of what you want to do. You want to just look in the area that we're talking about. Because as you see, sometimes these pop down a little bit. Sometimes they don't quite get there a little bit, you know, but you're going to be in that area, you're going to be okay. At least I think so anyway. And 45 and 4 tells us probably a good opinion. My wife might argue with that, but so I also want to explain some of the scanners over here. Over here we have a VWAP surge. All right, here's the XSPA. As you can see, it's starting to pop up above the VWAP. One of our former lines, price level line, $1.78. Yeah, it gets above that, it might be a player. It's above VWAP, $1.78. You get above there, it definitely has volume, and you know, you might see some juice on this one. You never know. You know, so there's that. RIG, let's see, yeah, kind of weak on volume. We don't care about that. And obviously DPW is one we've been looking at. So it's trading well above the VWAP at this moment. Green, yellow, red. Buy trigger, possible buy trigger, and resistance line, which it has broken significantly. Let's see, and then down here, this watch list here, this is for swing trade possibilities. So if there's enough time today, we'll get into those. But you're more than welcome to, you know, to browse through them and see what looks good, see what you like. And of course up here, this is our pre-market gappers. When the bell rings, this is pretty much useless for the most part. I rarely use it. Sometimes something will pop up on it, but I rarely use it. And what we look for is something in the low float world. When we're looking in the morning, we want something to have fairly low float, which, you know, because low float and good volume, that creates demand. And if you have demand, that creates great price action. And great price action, what does that create? Here's an example. Let me see what this says. This is DPW. The float on DPW is 4.79. Some will say it is. We'll say 5 million shares. The volume is 17, almost 18 million. That's why this thing is doing this. That's why it's doing this. All right, it's trading over 3 times the amount of shares that are out there. So, I mean, that's insane. That's an insane number. So this one definitely has some possibilities. Although short float percentage a little bit high for my liking. It's almost 5%. So, and nothing's been pulled yet. So I'd be a little concerned on that. Definitely be a little concerned on that. So I would watch this one with caution. Definitely watch it with caution. Let's see what else we got. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for our scanner possibilities for this morning. But like I said, we look for low float, good price action, and then once we get that information, then we do technical analysis on each one to try and put us in the best position to earn some money on these stocks. Now, do they always hit the trigger point? No. There's always a couple each day that don't hit the trigger point, and that's okay. If it doesn't hit the trigger point, it runs, it's gone, have a nice day. But ones that do hit the trigger point generally make money. 45-4 record, yes, we're making money. So, you as long as you don't force it, as long as you don't get FOMO, and you just go with the trigger points, then generally you're going to be okay. Because that's the number one killer on traders. And if you get a chance, please like this video if you could. It really helps. We can continue to keep bringing you, this type of information every morning, which is pretty important stuff. It's really good stuff, and it helps you absolutely helps you to make money. Thank you for that like. Absolutely helps you to make money. And I've been having some issues with the live chat on this. For some reason, the live chat's not working. Could somebody just try and write maybe the word test just to see if it's working? Because I don't, you know, it can be frustrating to people if they're not getting, you know, an opportunity to ask a question about a particular stock or whatever. So, anybody write the word test in there? I'll have to assume that it's not working, the chat. Anybody? No. I guess not. Well, if you could, and I may be asking a lot here, but if you could go on to like Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, where we are, you know, you see the links below, and just type into there that, you know, it's not working, the chat's not working yet. Hold on. The chat is working, finally. Thank God. It took, YouTube's been at this for like 5 days to try and get the chat working. Thank you, Kay Kennedy, for that. I appreciate that. But if any, that's really awesome. That's like such a relief for me, believe it or not. But if you have any ideas, any thoughts, anything, throw them up there. I'll be happy to let you know what I think about them. Let's see. Boy, DPW is really rocking there. Really rocking. So we are going to see what comes down the pike here. Let's see, PSTV. Closest ones to the trigger point at the moment are AVCT and CRIS. $1.90, 91, 92 on CRIS, and AVCT around 269-ish, right in that ballpark. Although AVCT is really slumping on volume at the moment, so we got to wait and see if it picks up. That would be a good thing. See, AVCT 269. Just setting up my order entries. I like to get them all set up, ready to go. DPW. Certainly doesn't make it easy when PSTV and AVCT, kind of similar symbols. They both have numbers at around 268, 269 to get into. I keep like second guessing myself. Wait, is that right? Is that right? Is that right? DPW 291. I gotta lose weight on my fingertips. And that one, ABCT is 269. All right. There we go. All right, all set. Got another few seconds, and here we go. Here comes the bell. God, I love this. I don't care how many years I've been trading. Good Lord, I love this. So, let's see. CRIS. CRIS and ABCT. DPW. Say DPW's got a ways to go to get to where it would show legitimate strength. And PSTV. Whoops. Didn't think that looked right. These are moving so quick, sometimes it's easy to grab them. All right, PSTV is right here. I'm hoping one of these guys triggers soon. I mean, after all, it's a whole 9:31 already. Don't chase. Do not chase. Defy the FOMO. I mean, I have days sometimes where I see make four picks and four of them literally don't trigger. And then I have other days where I make four picks and all four of them trigger. And it's just like, you know, it's like when people say when they go blue fishing and they hit a school of fish, they don't even have to put bait on the hook. They just throw the hook in the water and they catch 10 fish. Well, it's those kind of days happen, you know. But we got to see. We got to see. Got to see what this is going to bring us. DGLY from yesterday is making a bit of a move. That DGLY just doesn't quit, man. Just does not quit. Let's see, PSTV still not near the trigger point. But if you're patient, if you're really patient and watch these things, it's remarkable how they all play out. Just takes a little bit of time, that's all. CRIS got down to 201. I have a buy order for $1.98. Come on, one little pop will get us to $1.98, and then we'll jump up. That would be nice. Let's see what happens. All right, it's triggered, CRIS. Now let's see if the trigger works. See what we're in for here. Okay, what we want to see on CRIS is that it gets over 211. Want to see it get over 211. All right, trying to pick up a little steam here on CRIS. $2.11 is our goal number at the moment. Now, if you got in this one at $1.90 on the original number that we talked about in the pre-market, you're doing not too bad right now. You're up like 15 cents. But I got it at $1.98. I set mine for. Probably should have left it at $1.90, but whatever. These things happen. But let's see what happens here. Well, don't like that one. Don't like that one. Maintain around there, we're good. But we start getting any lower than that, we're in trouble. I don't like it. Let's see what happens. Indecision right here. A lot of indecision. Let's see, it's coming to an area of confluence here. I think what's more important is this area right here, around this $2, $1.98, $2 range. See how it handles it around there. see what happens. Let's see what happens. Which crossroad will it take? Which path is this one going to take? Wait, nothing else triggered yet. Huh. I hope it's not a one trigger day. But sometimes it is. Sometimes it is a one trigger day. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Promising there for the moment. Momentarily promising. So currently we want to get over that 205 number, which we have done. Now we want to get over that 211 number, which we just did. Now our next goal is to get over 215. That's the VWAP. Got to get over 215. Got to get over to 215. Let's see what happens with that. Now, VWAP is like poison when the stock is trying to move up, I swear. VWAP and the whole dollar starts getting there and people just freak out. Oh, it's not over VWAP. You gotta run away. It's not over the whole dollar. I can't buy it. It's impossible. Can't do it. 215. It's gotta be. Yeah, it's gotta be 215. Absolutely has to be 215 here. A few more seconds left on this candle, and we'll see what happens. Losing a little steam there. Come on. All right, I think it might be almost time to consider bailing on this one. Considering. Not yet, though, but almost. Strong consideration. It's a weak candle right here. Let's see if it gathers any strength at all. See what happens. 215 is the number it needs to reach. Boy, that is just such a weak candle at the moment. We just don't know who's going to take over here. That's the problem. That is definitely the problem. Staying in the climb now, but 215. Let's go. We got to pop that. There you go. Punched right over there. Come on, a little more. Let's stay. Let's get through it with authority. Let's finish this candle off strong. Real strong. There we go. There's strength. Now we're looking for, if I could find my mouse, there we go. We're looking for 236. Can we get 236? Can I get an amen? I don't know. Can I? 236. Going backwards. Going backwards. Come on. Look at it filling that whole gap, that whole channel. almost, for crying out loud. We're going to take what the market gives us. And let's see, this is, to me, this is the decider right here. This is the one that decides what it's going to do, I believe, anyway. It's got to break that previous candle at 227 or 222 right now. We have higher highs, we have higher lows, but this candle is important. This one right here is really important. And there's a massive amount of indecision right here. A massive amount. Look at as it's closing, what it's doing. All right, I got out at, what did I get out at? 216. So, that wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. I'm happy with that. So, we got anything else that's looking to hit our target yet? I don't know. Trigger points. We need our trigger points. Let's see. Anybody make money on this CRIS? I hope so. Oh, very, very, very nice. Got out at 225. Good job. Yeah, I stayed in just a little too long. I had a little too much faith in it. But, oh, that's awesome. You got out pretty much at that, I guess that one, yeah, that big green candle right near the top of it. Man, nice job. Nice job. Great. Did you get in at the what did you get in at the $1.90 or the $1.98 number? That's making a little comeback now. You can always get back in if you want. But, you know, it's up to you. I'm not sure I understand that. If you got in at the dollar or, yeah, all right. Yeah, dollar or $1.98. I mean, yeah. Yeah, the $1.90 or $1.90. So you got in at $1.98. Oh man, that's nice. That's really sweet. That's 27-cent move. That's a nice move. And let me ask you this question: how stress-free was that? Right? This is the kind of trading that we like to do. Stress-free. You make money, and I'm telling you, if you can get one of these trades a day, just this, and just one a day. And you don't trade even every single day. You trade like, I don't know, 275 days a year, maybe, let's say. You'll make, just on that, you'll make $40,000 a year. Just on that. But then you have the home runs. Like yesterday, DGLY went up $2.60. You know, so you'll get a couple of those a week, or maybe one a week, or maybe 5 in a week, or whatever. But it averages out to I think, home run stocks, I'm thinking probably 2 a week is about an average, a good average. So you throw in some home runs, one or two a week, over, I don't know, 48 weeks maybe. Because you got to figure you're not going to trade every day. There's holidays, you got things to do, you're on vacation, whatever, roughly 48 weeks. And all of a sudden now you're looking at like you've made $80, $90, $100,000 for the year. That's not bad. Not bad at all for working until like 10:30 in the morning. But yeah, hey, listen, I'm really glad to see you got it. Man, $1.98 to 2 1/4. That is solid. That is a solid move. Very impressive. Yeah. And it's funny, it popped right back up to your 2 1/4 exit. Right back again. But we're looking a little bit on the weak side at the moment. For now, anyway. It's starting to touch VWAP again. Got on the downside. So, I think the party might be over with this one. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at DPW. That thing's probably still humming along. Yeah. 385 is the buy-in. Don't give up on this one. You don't know how many times this happens. Something just goes ballistic in the morning. What did this start out at roughly? What did it open at? It opened at 472 and it's gone up to 640. And you're like, that's it. It's over. It's got nothing's gonna happen here. Oh, hey, no problem with the lead. No problem at all. We do this every day, man. Every day. I don't know if you heard me say it. We're 45 and 4. Well, now 46 and 4 so far. 46 and 4 since we started going on streaming and doing this. We're going to be here every day, every single day. I've been doing this for years, and I finally decided to share it. I want to share it and see what happens. I want to have someday. I want to have 10,000 people listening. It would be awesome. Everybody making money. It would be awesome. It really would. So I'm glad you appreciated that. Thank you very much for saying that. Okay, so let me see here. So DPW, like there's so many times that stuff goes like, it just goes parabolic in the morning. Boom, it explodes. And then all of a sudden by like say 10:45, it slowly creeps back down, and ends up hitting the trigger number. And when it hits that trigger number, almost all the time, you get that bounce. Kay Kennedy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. God, I hope you guys keep coming back, man. This is a lot of fun for me, and I hope this is a different type of trading. You got to understand that it's a different kind of trading. My whole life, like when I first got into trading, I got in blind as could be. I didn't know anything. I just got in and I bought a stock. I got a text message on my phone about a stock, and oh my God, CRIS just jumped all the way up to 258. But don't worry about that. No FOMO. All right. Because 2 1/4 was an awesome exit. Awesome exit. There's no way anybody could have predicted 258. So anyway, I get a text message on my phone, and it says some stock, I don't even remember the name of it, blah, blah, blah. It was a penny stock. It was like 35 cents a share. And I'd been kind of interested in the market. I knew a lot about the market as far as, like when I was a kid, I used to, get up in the morning, have my breakfast, and read the stock market page in the newspaper. But I get a text message from some random place. Hey, ABCD, whatever it was called, is a great stock. It's going to do this. It's going to move. It's going to blah blah blah. And it was almost like it was like magic, because I'd been thinking to myself, I'd love to take some of my 401k retirement and, a little portion of it and dabble in the stock market, because it just always intrigued me so much. So I buy this stock. I think it was like 30 cents a share. And I buy like 3,000 shares, right? And I'm so nervous. I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating. It wasn't that much money, but I'm sweating. As soon as I buy it, I'm like, oh, this is a mistake. What am I doing this for? Blah, 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 right? So I'm at work, right? And work is busy. The work I did was extremely, extremely time-consuming, busy. It was just crazy. You didn't have time to even, go to the bathroom sometimes, right? So I come home and I'm like, oh my God, on the ride home, oh my God, I bought that stock. I come home, I open up Google on my desktop, right? And let me see, what was it? Yeah, and the stock went from 30 cents to like $2.69 or $2.70, which that made me $7,000. I remember the number was like $7,000 that I made, and I was just floored. I couldn't believe it. So my first thought was, boy, I'm good at this. I'm really good at this. I'm gonna make a fortune. All I got to do is open up my phone, the text messages, and I'll just follow those, and I'll make a lot of money. So, try to go long story short here. The next wait a minute, let me see something. Okay, yeah, the next text message that comes through, I do the same thing, except now I buy like 5,000 shares, because if I made that much with 3,000, imagine what I'll make with 5,000. And I promptly lost like $5,000 on that trade. So, that's the kind of trading I used to do in the beginning, right? But then, okay, so now I start to investigate. I try to learn how to trade. I follow a couple of people. I do a lot of research. I buy books. I do everything. Almost everybody trades with the thought that, okay, if a stock gets over a certain number, it shows strength, and that's where you should get in. And there's nothing really wrong with that, to use that method, I guess. And sometimes you do catch some real hummers when you get, stuff that really goes. But this type of trading is the type of trading I actually developed myself, and I practiced it without real money for a good 6 to 8 months before I decided to put real money in it. And wow, my God, CRIS is flying. Sorry, guys. No, who knew? Who knew it was going to do that? Wow. Anyway, but you know what? You have money in your hand and you're not red, so it doesn't matter. Like I said yesterday with DGLY. But so I created this type of trading myself. This plan, that I have. And the plan is that you wait for strength to gather on a good, strong support pullback number. If it hits the support number, all right, and this support number could go back 2 years, it doesn't matter. If it hits that support number and stays strong there, it's going to go up, and it's generally going to go up pretty well. You know, I mean, at least 10 cents, sometimes $5. You know, you don't know. You really don't know. It's minute to minute once the market opens. But it's going to go up, and you're going to do well. Now, the good part about this is if it's going to go down, you pretty much know right away. Because when it hits that support number, if it breaks support and it goes down, it's done. But there's so much stuff to get into as far as the analysis that I do that I try to find ones that are going to stay strong at their support level. Like CRIS, if you look at CRIS, for instance, let's see here. Look at all of this, right around $1.97. Look at that. Support, 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 support. That's a key number. That's a real serious number right there. And it's all in that area. Remember, area. But it's all in that area. So that shows that was a valid number. And again, who knew it was going to do this right here, up to 320. But listen, man, some days you catch these, and what happened with this one is because it made this hard drop right here back down to 208, and it got underneath this trend line. You got to think, red, got it. You know, you can't really stay in that. I mean, common sense, logical trading will tell you most of the time, if you're in this type of situation, you're just going to keep going red. It didn't happen this time. God bless anybody who made it. It broke through resistance right here. And once it broke that resistance, bam, just took a major ride. But that's okay. Again, because you made money. You made money. Don't ever lament this money that's left behind. Don't ever do that. Because what that is going to do is make you have a zero account. That will happen. You will have a zero account if you worry about that. You got in here, you got out around here. You did really well. You did real well. Because look how it held that number, that 2.25 number. 2.25, 2.25, almost 2.25, 2.25, almost 2.25. It held that number right there, and then it started to drop. So you know what? Smartest traders in the world would get out there. Period. No BS. Smartest traders in the world would get out there. So now we're still waiting on a couple other ones to trigger. We'll see if they're going to. I don't know. Let's see here. Looks like AVCT is not going to trigger for a while. DPW is still holding up. And PSTV, it just seems to be kind of floating, kind of just consolidating here. Consolidating around that 280, 285, 86, 87, 88 range. Right in here. Which makes sense. It definitely makes sense. But this thing would have to hit 268, as we were talking about. It's got to get to that line, 268 line. That line there says 269. The reason why is because for whatever reason TOS would not let me capture 268. So I took the next best thing. But again, this is not, you know, we're not talking about making, you know, tolerances for parts for the space shuttle, you know, 27 billionths of an inch or whatever. We're talking about ranges all the time. Remember, it's a range. And you have to use common sense as the range, presents itself. You have to use common sense. Let's see. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Yeah, but it's gotta hit the 268. It got close actually at the bell. 275, I believe, was the low. Yeah, 275 was the low on it. So we were close, man. We were really close. My buy order was ready to rock and roll. But it didn't happen. So. Let me see something here. This doesn't make sense. So the market in general is just kind of flat, just flat. We had this drop, step drop. Now it's popping up. It's popping down. Yeah, it's just flat. Nothing of any joy right here, unfortunately. We were hoping it was gonna hit like the 322 range up here around this resistance, 322.11, 13. I think it was, yeah, and then just kind of pop right through there. But you got 322.50. If it could have broke that of those areas, 322.75, that would have been nice. But we're at 320.14, so we had a bit of a dip, and now we're just flat. We're up and down, flat. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. No good, no fun. It ruins all of our fun. Sometimes. Listen, I had fun today because I had a winning trade. That to me is awesome. So if anybody has anything they want me to look at, I will be happy to look at it for you. Any thoughts on any suggestions of any trades, I'll be more than happy to look at it for you. These are swing trades. Now I'm going to let you in on a little something here when it comes to swing trades. Okay. This chart that you're looking at, the purple is the 200, the red is the 50, and this beige color is Wilder smoothing. Okay, so your best setup possible on this chart for these stocks, these are swing trade stocks, possibility swing trade stocks. All right. So your best setup on these is you want, this is an A1 setup I'm going to explain. Top shelf setup. You want to be above the 200, which is rising. You want to be above a rising 50. And you want the Wilder smoothing to be crossing above. Now this one is not right here, it did it here, but crossing above with the stock at the same time. The Wilder smoothing is coming down and it's almost touching, and it probably wouldn't be a bad one here. Probably wouldn't be a bad one. But if you look back here, where it made this move back in early April, it got up over it at, and it's got, and you can't wait for it just to peak over for a split second. It's got to be a full candle over. So full candle over is right here, opened at 42, closed at 42.80. So you got it at 42.80. This thing went all the way up to a high of 50.96 about a month and change later. All right, so that's how that works, that chart. All right, you want it to be above a rising 200, above a rising 50. If you have Wilders, use it. If you don't, you don't. It's not that big of a deal. All right, that's not a make or break it. TOS doing what it usually does. Can't load a chart. Unbelievable. Yeah, there we go, finally. And now how this one made it, I don't know. Well, it made it because it just tweaked over the 50. So I wouldn't touch that with 10-foot pole right at the moment. I'd wait a little while. But here's another good example. It got over here, I don't know, we'll say 29.50, and got all the way up to 38.82. This is what's called putting yourself in a good position. Now, is there a guarantee that it's going to, always do that? No, but it does it. I'm telling you, on just my own personal observation, probably 90% of the time it goes up. Now something like this, this really jumped way up, and now it's come way back down. I'd wait for it to get under the 50 and then come back up over it personally. That's what you want to do. You don't want to force it. Here's another one that did the same thing. Look at that. It got 433 up to 1398. And looks like it might want to come back for another shot. But just keep an eye on it. Let's see. Yeah, you have a lot that kind of did the same thing. A lot of them from the Corona time when the whole market crunched. So a lot of them doing the same thing. But anyway, that's how you use that, and it's a good rule of thumb to use for trading swing trades. A good get into it rule. Really good get into it rule. CRIS. Yeah, it went up as high as 320. Yep. Coming back down now. And we'll see what it does when it hits this previous resistance number, because this may become support. It's a very good possibility. ABCT. ABCT. Nope, never triggered. Never triggered. And what was our other one here? PSTV. Oh. We're getting close. We are getting close. Can you feel it? PSTV. We're not that close. It's 290. PSTV. Well, actually a little better than 290. 285, 278, 276, 275. PSTV, we have it at 269, 268, 269 to get into that, in that range. So we are getting close, folks. And this may trigger. This may trigger for me. I still have a buy order set up for it to hit that number. So we'll see. trying to get there. Now, when it hits there, I really don't know how much we're going to get out of it, you know, but if we can just get up to, you know, the previous resistance line in the 290s, that'll be a nice little move. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Or even the support number of 286. I mean, right now it's broken that. And ideally, we wanted to hit this number. Let's see. Oh. Okay, why did I not get filled? How did I not get filled? Okay, got filled finally. All right, 269, I got filled. Now let's see what happens. Let's see what we do here. So $269, $265. Yeah, my stop is going to be around $256 down direction. Upwards direction, we're looking to get over 282 right here. Sorry. Yeah, we're looking to break 282 if we can. Or 283, I'm sorry. It's a bit of a slow mover, that's for sure. We're popping up now, 275, 277. Let's say 2. All right, 280. We got to get over 280 here. See if it can actually do that. If it has enough in its tank to do that. But I might take a small win on it. I don't know yet. I don't mind taking small wins. I like bigger wins, trust me. I really do. But a small win is still green. And all those greens add up. Well, it popped to 284. 285. All right, 280, 280, 280. Nice, nice. Now, if we can get up over 282, 283, 284, that would be really nice. I'm thinking 287. I'd be happy with 287. Literally be happy with that. Absolutely be happy with 287. Because 287 was the prior support number. So if we can get there, slow mover. You have to like watching paint dry if you're going to trade this stock. Very slow. And it's got low volume, so, you know, that's what happens. $285. $285. All right. All right. Come on, let's go. Come on. Oh, the ask is 285, I should say. Have to get up and do some jumping jacks or something. Yeah, just hovering right around here. Area you got to be concerned with because, like I say, it was support. Now it's resistance. This line has not changed. Has not changed much at all in the last, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. Has changed very little. So as you can see, this 285, you know, if we run this number across, this is one of the things you want to look at, right? Look at that. Here, 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 here. 285 is a significant area for this stock. Now, does it bust through and go over it? Maybe. Or does it go the other way? Maybe. But if you got in at 269, which is, I believe, where I got in when I said that. Did I say that? Where did I say it? Yes, 269, and you sell it at 285, 286, 289. There's nothing wrong with that. That's another winner. It's all green. All green. I am on my way to day 20 of green, and now 47 and 4. Yeah, I say that out loud, and I'm proud of it. I'm not gonna just, you know, not say it because that's pretty cool stuff, man. 47 and 4 is pretty nice. But you know, I've been trading quietly for many years alone, and celebrating my victory alone. You know, having that kind of a record pretty much most of the time. You know, once I got this trading plan together and worked out all the bugs, it's pretty much the average most of the time. And did you hear any stress from me at all? Any stress whatsoever today while I was trading? Nope. We talked about stuff, we chatted about stuff. Oh, it might hit this, maybe it'll hit that. Let's keep an eye on this, keep an eye on that. And I walked away with 2 winning trades. 2 winning trades. CRIS was 18 cents. PSTV was 10 cents. So 28 cents positive today per share. Yeah, so I'm good. I Let me see what it says here. 280, $280 today. And what did I do? How much stress did I have? See, it popped up to that line again. That line is critical. Oh, look, it's getting down to the trigger line again. And it might be maybe an opportunity to pop back in again. Gotta be careful going to the well too many times, though. But yeah, I'm not, no stress, zero stress, and I made money. Now yesterday, we had DGLY. Again, I'll bring that one up. We talked about 450 as being the number for the trigger point. It opened up to a circuit breaker going down. It hit 450. Now, it takes you know what of steel to buy on a circuit breaker going down, right? But if you got into that yesterday at 450, because it opened at 450 and went back up, it went all the way up to $7.10. So if you got in that trade at 450 where we said to get in, you could have rode that thing all the way up to $7.10. $2.60 in one trade. And, we have them throughout the week. And some days we have, today, 2 out of 4 triggered. No monster home runs, but, decent. They're definitely decent. Wow. Look at how close this is getting to the trigger number again. 270 is the trigger number. I mean, like I said, it's a range, so it's a few cents in either direction. Sometimes these ranges slowly change throughout the day. So if that's a range you felt like getting into, you could. But I don't know. There's not enough volume in this one for me to feel comfortable. If it takes a dive, it may be hard to come back from. It just may be hard to come back from. Now it's under the number. But we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Zero stress. You're damn right. Zero stress, my friend. How often do you hear somebody trading, right? Who sounds like me? Not the sound of my voice, but like the tonality, I guess. Like, I'm just so relaxed all the time. I don't bang the desk. I don't bang my head on it. I don't throw things. I don't scream at my dogs for breathing because, I made a whole bunch of stupid mistakes because, I'm trading with my emotions and I'm gambling. And gambling, you always end up, it's a zero-sum game. It always is, always will be, But, there's some people that like trading, when stocks break a high a day. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times when I'll look at, we're really breaking support here on PSTV. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, I'll sometimes I'll call out a stock in the pre-market for it to break a certain number. Sometimes that makes sense. But when you live or die on stocks breaking a certain number to start the day, it's just a recipe for disaster. There are one or two guys that can do it really, really well, and they have a lot of followers, and I'm going to tell you who makes money on that. The guy who's doing it. You know, and those guys take some pretty big losses as well. You don't hear about those. You know, you just hear about, you know, how to make $30,000 in 1 hour. Please, please. I've been doing this for so many years, and I will tell you that I made my best trade was $12,000 a day trade. It was around 12. I don't, as you can tell, I'm not one for details, you know, exact numbers, but it was about $12,000 I made in one trade. I was just beside myself. I couldn't believe it. 12 grand, you know, but usually my big hitters, my big ones, you know, that I'll consider a nice big trade, you know, grand slam home run, you know, if I make $2,500, $3,500, I'm really, really, really happy with that. And they do come. They do come. They show up. We get in them. We make that kind of money, and life is good. And in the meantime, I have no stress, and I trade this way, and I stay green all the time. Because when I say zero-sum game, when you're trading for the home run all the time, it's gonna fail. It just will always end up with you sitting there staring at the zero balance in your account going, what happened? What the hell happened? Oh, we're really breaking support now. Holy moly. Anyway, and what happened? What happened to my money? Because for every time that you'll make, say, $7,000 in 10 minutes or whatever, for every time you'll do that, you will lose big amounts on 5, 6, 7 other trades. And at that rate, there is absolutely no way that you can survive. You just can't. You just can't do it. You're always going to end up at zero. Always. However, this way, you're almost guaranteeing yourself about somewhere from $35,000 to $55,000 a year trading like this. And then when you tap in the home runs that will come, that they always do. We had a couple last week, and we had just one so far this week. Well, we still got Thursday and Friday. But, you know, you add those in. For instance, yesterday you could have made yourself, depending on what you buy. You know, if you bought 1,000 shares, you would have made $2,600. You bought 3,000 shares, you would have made, I don't know, $7,000 something dollars. But those home runs will come. So let's say you can make yourself, I don't know, $1,000 a week on a home run stock. And a home run stock that you can feel pretty good about when you buy it because it's being purchased at the right price, not a FOMO price. Right? So let's say you make $1,000, one of those a week, on an average. You make $1,000 and you trade for, 48 weeks. That's $48,000. Add that to your other $35,000 to $40,000 to $55,000, and you're in the $100,000 range. And you work, I don't know. We've been at this for an hour today. Worst case, I work till 11:30, so 2 hours. So I probably average about an hour and 15 minutes a day. So what is that? 5, it's 6. I work 6 hours a week. Now I trade pretty big sizes. So today I didn't, because I like these stocks. They weren't like my favorite stocks of all time. So I do that. I'll lower my share size if I don't feel 100% conviction. But I felt pretty good about them. Don't get me wrong. But I make more than enough money every year. And it's funny, most people I know, friends of mine that trade, they look kind of haggard, If you get my drift, they look kind of haggard. They look worn out, man. They look like a mess. And I'm not saying I look like a beauty queen here at all. I'm not talking about actual looks. I'm talking about condition of what you look like. And, some people you can tell. Like somebody who's been like a homicide detective, for 30 years. They just get that kind of look on their face, where they suspect everything. They've seen horrors, they've seen horrible things, and it shows. It shows. I feel bad for those guys, but it shows, And everybody I know that trades has that look. They all have that same look, where they've seen the horrors. But I don't see the horrors anymore. I used to, until I decided to take control. So I'm not going to let anything control me anymore when it comes to the stock market. I'm going to do my homework. I'm going to figure out a system that works really well. And I did. Absolutely did. Now we have some educational videos that are going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're working on them now. And my partner, he's away, he's building a house, so he's completely, and timing was terrible that we launched this when we did, but he's building a house, so as soon as he's done with that, he'll be back, and he does macro analysis, and he does options, and really bright. So I think people will benefit from his tweets and blurbs and posts and whatever you want to call them on social media. But we're gonna have over the next few weeks, we're gonna have some good educational videos coming out, and that will help people a lot. Different things you can look at, support, resistance, positive pullback candles. I don't know anybody who ever talks about positive pullback candles. I don't know if I created that term or I don't know if I created that term or I heard it somewhere. I really don't know, so I'm not going to take credit for it. I'm pretty sure I created it, but I don't know. But positive pullbacks are pretty cool. But there's so many different things that you can learn. A lot of stuff that's out there is just recirculated stuff. It's just the same thing over and over and over again. And don't get me wrong, I use some recirculated things too. Rising tide lifts all boats. That's been around forever, but it's so true, absolutely true. So, there's a lot of different things, but I don't use, I just don't use typical trading styles. I just don't. I use a lot of different stuff, a lot of different things that most people probably haven't really talked about or heard of or whatever. So, but that's my decision to do that. It works for me. I don't know if it'll work for everybody, but it works for me. But I am totally engaged in the market and trading. I love it, absolutely love it. Oh my God. I don't know what happened here, but I'm not sure what this is. Look at this, 2 cents to 605. I mean, one purchase here. So I don't know. Maybe this was I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. There's no news or anything. So who knows what that was? It's up 29,850%. A billion shares. Volume 10,000 shares. There you go. There you go. There's one for you. If only we could have gotten in at 2 cents. And nobody there to buy it. Could you imagine getting into one of those someday? Oh my God. Like for real? There's some story here. I'm not sure what it is, but that was I just had to click on it. When it said it was up 29,000%, I had to see what it looked like. Let's see. Price. Not too much volume. BYRN. Yeah, that's all kind of faded there. Let's see. Yeah, not much going on there. Kind of low in volume. It's fading away. But anyway, we were patient, and then we're really good being patient. And if you look at, let's just see how patient we were. Let's just see. All right. Nope, that's not it. I hovered over it, clicked, and that showed up. There we go. Let's look at how patient we were. This is awesome. PSTV opened at 281 and all the way up to whatever this is, 355. Still nothing. Almost. Hey, maybe. Nope. Maybe. Nope. Maybe. Nope. 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 Until it finally hit our number down here. And then this became our new area of concern. It got up here, we got out, and life is good. That's patience, man. Because here, right here in the beginning, there was absolutely nothing to indicate that it would go up like this. Because you might think, well, gee, why didn't we get in there? What happened? The reason we didn't get in there is because there was absolutely no reason to indicate that that would be a good move to do. No reason whatsoever. Nothing in the pre-market, nothing on the charts, absolutely nothing. Let me see, what was that? Yeah, absolutely, positively nothing. So here it is. It's in the middle of everything. So why would we bother? The correct number is where we got in, because that was a sure, as best as you can get in this business, but that was a sure thing that it was going to hit here and kick back up. It's almost like what I want to call a skip and rocks method, you know? You want to just, you ever skip rocks? Well, that's what this is. You just hit the surface, boom, shoots up, comes back down, and sometimes comes back down, shoots back up again. This actually was pretty much a two-timer today. We've had a lot of two-timers in the last couple of weeks, man. Holy cow. But it happens many, many times. That's why you don't give up on these. You buy in, it skips up, you sell, comes back down, you buy in again, it skips up again, you know? So, you know, but here's the thing. A lot of times it doesn't skip up to the same number. It's usually a little bit lower. So keep that in mind. You know, it's like maybe 5% lower, somewhere around there. So 2%, it's between like 2 and 5% lower. So keep that in mind. You know, like let's say if it came back down here to the 268, you wouldn't want to say, well, I'm going to sell out at 285 because that's the number. No, you set your stop at like maybe 282. Here's 280, 282. So somewhere in that ballpark. Or 280, you know, whatever. Just in that area. Because most of the time it doesn't go all the way back. So, but you can hit it twice, man, 2 times. And that's the whole thing. The whole thing with trading is putting yourself in a situation where you can be successful. You know, who does better? Who does better on a trade like this? You know, when you think to yourself, okay, somebody gets in, all right, this opened at 283, right? Shoots all the way up to 355. Now you're holding it. Boom, 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 like in seconds. And you're back down to, what was the low on this one? Was 290, okay? And it's remarkable how many people will do that and hold it like that. So now you made 7 cents profit. Now, we come over here to trading logic style, 268 to 285. What's that, 17 cents? So, who does better? $0.17 guy or 7 cents guy? Or God forbid, they hold on to it here and they go, oh, it's going back up, it's going back up. Oh, this is awesome. Yes. Oh, it's over VWAP. Look, it's over VWAP. I am going to make so much money on this stock. Maybe. No, I'm not. Oh, I'm under what I paid for it. Oh, I got to hold this now. I have to hold this. Oh, it's going up. It's going up. Oh, it's going up again. All right. I knew it wouldn't let me down. I knew it. This is going to get back up over the high a day. I know it's going to. Oh, no. Now I really got to hold it. It's what I paid for it. Oh, it's going up again. Great. Oh, now it drops again. Boom. Significantly under what you paid for it. 20 cents under what you paid for it. But you still hold it because, you know, it's going to go up because you couldn't have been wrong. And it gets up there and then it comes back down and now it's, I don't know, 40 cents. Yeah, 40 cents less than what you paid for it. If you were trading 1,000 shares, you lost $400. But the trading logic people, trading logic traders, wait for the area that makes the most sense by doing thorough technical analysis. And we get in here and it pops up. Get in again and it pops up. And then we say goodbye. So there it is. There it is. That's how I see it. And I was on that other side for way too long. Way too long. Ugh. Sometimes it takes a while before you can really understand this whole process called the market. But I can tell you this, I understand it now, thoroughly. Thoroughly. Look at this. This is really cool. Look at that. Look how consistent that is. Look at that. Throughout the entire morning, that has been a real specific area. I'll shrink that up a little bit. Take a look. Look at it. Right straight across. The whole morning. Now, you might look and say, well, hey, you put down this area up here as the resistance area. You know, what's going on? And this is like $3.73. You had that as resistance. This is what I believed you could get maximum out of the stock for today. And I was off by 6 cents. But this is what I believed you could get maximum out of the stock today, was 373. So that's your top resistance area. If we look, there were other areas along the way, like $3, $3.24, and $3.50. So there are other areas along the way. So $3, we'll go here. $3, right here, was resistance. $3.24. See how that was support also. $3.50. So when I set these charts up and I put a resistance area, that's what I consider to be your maximum profit potential area, is there. There's resistance in between always. Always. I don't think I've ever seen one when there isn't. So you have to watch those resistance areas along the way. So maybe tomorrow, maybe I might, let's do this. Let's say, I don't know, rid of that. We'll get rid of that. And then we're going to go here. Which one was it? Where is it? Not it. Let's see. Now that's a lot of lines. However, it gives you some info to work with along the way. So, let's see here. Yeah, these are all areas that you could consider, getting out at or getting into or whatever. But okay, that's the exact number you'd want it to be there. So as you see, you got the, oh, wait a minute. Almost the exact number. There we go. All right, so you see you got the buy-in number at 268, and you have the resistance number at 282. You also have another resistance number here at 292, 302, 308, 318, 335, and that is our original resistance line that was up there. So there you have it. Oops. What did I just do? Uh-oh. Let's see. There we go. I had no idea how to fix that, except just get out of the chart. But as you see, this gives you a nice area to look at. This gives you a nice area to look at. This gives you a nice area to look at. So does this. So does this. And so does this. See, there's a support area right there. So these will give you ideas to look at along the way. All right. So that's always good to do. So maybe tomorrow I can start putting these, let's see, because then I can do trigger price. Oops. Trigger price. And we can just make it a trigger price, arrow up, full text, blah, blah, alignment left. And we can make it green because it will be a buy. Then we can go to a little bit bigger font. And this line here, oh, I don't believe I just did that again. And I don't know how to fix that when I do it. Oh wait, there we go. All right. And then this line here, you can set that up and you'll be able to see that the bottom one is your trigger price. And then you can follow the rest of the lines up. Maybe I'll do that. I used to do that a lot with the Fibonacci's and then I stopped. But I think for display, you know, with people checking in, seeing what it sounds like, looks like, all that kind of stuff, that maybe doing something like this might be helpful. So I'm going to do that. I see the resistance lines pretty much just by glancing at the chart, to be honest with you. I've been looking at so many charts my entire life. My brain is just, it's just charts. That's all it is charts. Interesting. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. If we roll over into the pre-market, this is how the lines fan out. Area, very important area, You can see each one is consistently important areas. So, yeah, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. All right. Hopefully I'll see you here tomorrow. That would be awesome. Because I think I'm going to wrap it up. I don't think, let me see, unless a stock bought while I was BSing here. Nope. The only one that would have had any shot at all would be ABCT. And that's not going to be triggered until $2.69, and it's at $4.50 cents. So DPW, we were hoping for a trigger at $2.91, and it's at $5.26. So now, although that was that, no, was it that one? No. Maybe. It was, let me see. Was it ABCT? I don't remember. ABCT, opening low, let's see, low was at 295. You had a low price on ABCT was 295. We needed another 25 cents to get there, so it may get there. I know it might not seem like it right now, but you know, if you like hanging around all day and doing this, then go ahead. But it's not for me. Whoops, keys. Oh boy. There we go. I learned how to type today. Yeah. So let's just real quick, I'm going to do this. Interesting. Yeah, I don't like that one. I was just wondering what it might be about. Let's see here. Because I had never used that one before. So, let's see. Let's check this one. So it shows a buy-in here. Yeah, that line means something. That line means something. That line also means something. This line doesn't really, well, yeah, down the road here, and that one too. This one means something, and this one means something. All right, so I will look to use those tomorrow, and we'll see what we'll see. I don't know if they're gonna actually be on there or not. I'm gonna see how they look in the pre-market before I do anything. And okay, let's get rid of this. I'm just gonna edit this. And there's just one more thing I'm curious about. got? This is, to me, always remarkable. Look at this. You have some variations along the way, but look at this. Right up the line. Right up the line it went. Until it finally broke completely. Now, where this guy, where I got out and everybody else got out, was not a bad play right there. Because if you look, and this is something else that you wanna put into your bag of tricks. This blue line here is a 1-day moving average. Nobody uses this. This broke the trend line. Safe place to get out. Safe place to get out. All right. Blue line broke the trend line. Safe place to get out. Now, sometimes they run. All right. So if you wanted to hang out for a while and see if it recovered, a couple of candles, fine. Then the blue line got up above, rolled all the way up, and then you see the 1-day moving average broke the trend line again at 281. So maybe you get out at 275, whatever. You get to 320? Nope, you don't. You get to 281, 275? Yep, that's pretty good. So this is a very nice tool to use. Just like to go over little things like that when I think about them. So, but this was a brilliant spot to get out at. Absolutely. So, I hope money was made. I hope you made some money, man. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I got a million things to do. God, it seems like more than a million. But anyway, got to get them done. Life is life. Keeps on moving. So we're going to do a recap later on. Keep an eye out. We'll post it up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And I'm going to be back again tomorrow morning around 9 o'clock. I would like to say precisely at 9, but, things happen. So I can't guarantee it's going to be exactly at 9. But it's every morning it's going to be right around 9 o'clock. Technology willing, technology gods being with me every day, that they're not going to fail me. Today I thought I was going to have an issue because of the massive tree that fell, a couple of trees actually, and they had all this big heavy equipment. They were grinding the trunks and stumps, and God, it was loud. But then a minute or two after I started, they stopped. So that worked out well. But anyway, listen, man, really glad you made it, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Please like the page, and don't forget, the shameless, thank you, you have a good one too, the shameless self-promotion. Follow us on Twitter, Trading Logic, Twitter, I'm getting tired, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, if you could, or any one of the three, or none, it doesn't matter, but if you could, that would be awesome. All right, and make sure you follow us here on YouTube so you'll get alerts when the videos are up. All right, man, have a great day. Hope you made money. We're going to be back at it tomorrow because today we closed out at 47 and 4, and you were part of it. 47 and 4, and this is 20 straight green days. 20. 47 and 4, 20. So let's just say, and then before I go, I'm gonna do math. Let's just say you were the type of trader who made made or lost $1,000 a trade, right? That'd be $47,000 made, $4,000 lost. Or if type of trader that averages $100 a trade, win or lose. 4,700 made, 400 lost. Tell me in what world that doesn't make sense to want to do this every day in this style, right? I mean, one of the biggest mistakes I made when I started this thing is I didn't really keep track from that date of, you know, my trades, how much I made and lost. Probably should have, but I might maybe on the weekend go back and see if I can pull that data out and start posting it up. But I don't know if that's a good idea. People might say, "Oh, you're bragging about how much you made." It's not that I would be doing that. It's just trying to show people, look, you can make this kind of money. So, but it's been a decent amount of money. I can tell you that. 20 green days, 47-4, stress free. Doesn't get any better than that. And if somebody doesn't see the value in that, they should shut off their computer, walk away, and never, ever, ever try and trade again. All right, have a great day. I'll put the recap up, but you've kind of already seen everything, so but the recap will be up later on, and I'll be back tomorrow around 9 o'clock.